Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So, after hyping it up on Twitter, the Sims team have finally made their announcements via their live stream Behind the Sims Summit. The stream itself was about half an hour long and they covered a few things. There was some information on planned updates to Sims Freeplay and Sims Mobile, some information on The Sims 4, and the announcement of a new game that's currently in development. Now, I know I'm not the most patient person in the world, so there were a few points in the stream that lost my interest, specifically the parts that were just entertainment and not actual updates, like their live performance and asking random people questions about The Sims. It's a cute addition, but to be honest, I'm only interested in The Sims news. So I thought today we would just do a quick recap of some of the main updates in the stream. A few updates that got covered were for The Sims Freeplay and The Sims Mobile. I don't play either of these games, so I won't be speculating anything here, but if you missed the streams, here are the main points for these games. Sims Freeplay got a minor graphics update, as well as the ability to build and live in super yachts, and they announced a Christmas seasonal quest arriving in December. And Sims Mobile got balconies. They played an almost minute-long video clip just to say they've added balconies, which I think is pretty funny. In terms of The Sims 4, we got quite a few teasers. So first off, it was reiterated that the base game is now free to play, as of today, or yesterday, depending on when I upload this video. And it was announced that there would be monthly Sims deliveries. You know, the updates with the free stuff in it. There would also be kits in the future, and 2 future expansion packs were mentioned. There was no mention of any stuff or game packs, but when we got our insight into the next generation game, which I'll go into in a bit more detail in a sec, it was confirmed that we wouldn't see that game for a few years. So I'm wondering whether that means that for the next few years, where we have The Sims 4, does that mean that we'll only be getting kits and 1 new expansion per year? I'm kind of torn on this because I'm already a bit sick of kits. To me, they're pointless. I much prefer content that actually has gameplay, like game packs, expansion packs, but I also think The Sims 4 has kind of got to a point where anytime new gameplay is added, it just causes so many bugs and glitches. So it seems like you can either have new gameplay but a broken game, or a game that works like it normally does without much new content for the next few years. I honestly don't know which is better. I'd be interested to hear what you think about this in the comments, so let me know. But even though we didn't have any future Sims 4 kits or expansion packs confirmed, we did have some teasers on what's to come, and a few things stood out to me that I thought we'd take a look at. So pausing on this clip right here, we have 2 images of concept art for future worlds. I'm not sure if this is the same world or meant to be 2 different ones. My guess is that it's the same because they look quite similar. They both have a city skyline in the background and similar looking streetlights. The bridge is definitely giving off San Francisco vibes. And it looks like the world will have a market stall area as well, based off the picture on the left. To me, it kind of looks like San Myshuno. So it will be interesting to see where they go with this one. Usually, worlds come with a game or expansion pack, and given that no game packs have been confirmed, this might be an insight into what the aesthetic of the next expansion will be. Another thing that caught my eye was this clip right here. More ways to tell your Sims story. So there is a chair, what looks like 2 clutter items, some underwear, and teeth in a jar. I'd be surprised if the items on the top right and left were actually functional. To me, they just look like decor items, so I won't speculate too much on that. And of course, the chair is just a chair. The underwear kind of reminds me of Calvin Klein, so I wonder if this will be part of another brand collaboration for a kit. But what I thought was most interesting here is the teeth in a jar. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the Sims team know that the Sims community want more generations gameplay. So could this be a gameplay object for Elders? I'm really hoping that Elders are expanded on in the future, but of course, it could just be another decor item. The biggest update we got for The Sims 4 was the announcement of a baby update. Right at the end of the stream, a clip was shown of a Sims 4 baby with a full head of hair crawling on the floor out of the crib and lying down before being picked up. This is probably the most exciting piece of Sims 4 news because we've been asking for better babies for a long time now. So the fact that we're actually getting them next year is huge. Just as I was convinced it was never going to happen. Expanding on babies like this is undoubtedly going to make a lot of Simmers happy. The only thing the Sims team could do to fuck this up would be to try and put a price tag on it. I very much doubt that this will be an expansion of any kind. I really think this has to be a base game update, and I very much look forward to it. And that's pretty much everything in terms of Sims 4 updates. They did announce the introduction of a new website called Overwolf, which is basically going to be a centralised way of downloading mods and custom content. So I imagine in time, Overwolf will probably become the main hub for all fan-made content. I'd start worrying if I were you, Sims Resource. And then finally, we move on to probably the most anticipated part of the stream, the future Sims game. So we did get an announcement of a new generation Sims game, not yet called The Sims 5, instead right now is called Project Renee. We don't have a release date yet, although it was confirmed it would be a few years still before we would see this game on store shelves, but we did get a sneak preview of some of its functionality in early development. It has a cartoonish look to it, similar to The Sims 4, although it was emphasised that this is a very early preview, so the aesthetic could well likely change over time. We were shown a bed and a sofa that had more customising options than we had in earlier games, and it looks like the colour wheel is making a return. With just these two items, we were shown that the bed size, bed frames, sofa cushions, layout patterns and colours could all be customised in Build and Buy, similar to the creator style from The Sims 3, but adding even more customisation in terms of changing the shape of these items. It also looks like there is an online element to the game, although this wasn't really expanded on much, so we don't know to what extent that will be. It looks like something similar to the gallery, where you can choose who can see your uploads, and it also looks like there are less restrictions on sharing content. In the video clip they show multiple items being highlighted and then uploaded as a cluster. So it looks like we won't be limited to sharing full builds in this game and can instead share singular or multiple objects. Project Renee is being designed to operate on multiple platforms, including mobile phones. So it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. I have to be honest, I don't really play mobile games, so I don't know what they're capable of. But I always figured that mobile versions of PC or console games would have to be a bit more broken down or a bit more basic for them to run smoothly on a phone. So hearing that this game is going to be fully functional on phones as well is a bit of a concern for the quality of the future game. Although admittedly my concern might just be down to my own ignorance. After more time has been spent developing Project Renee, a small group of people will be given early access to see what it's like. So until then, I guess we'll just have to keep speculating. And that is pretty much it in terms of the main points I took away from today's stream. Quite a lot of information in there. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Are you excited? I'd say I'm on the side of cautiously optimistic. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, you know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.